Hey everybody, it's Jordan. I wanted to send this to you because we're in the fourth quarter, and I know a number of you are looking ahead to 2017, and that's really exciting. And what I wanted to share with you today is the 3 steps that you can take to finish 2016 strong, because I know that a lot of us are, moving on or thinking about 2017, and yet we're not done with 2016. So I just wanted to show you 3 really simple things that you could do to start or to finish 2016 strong. Number one is I'd like for you to go into your database and call every single old lead that you have in your database. And what I mean by that is anybody that you have in there that has a phone number and maybe you just don't know who they are or where they came from, or maybe it's even an open house lead from like a year or two ago. I'd like for you to call every single person that you have a phone number for, and there's a really simple script that you can use to get to the heart of the matter and save yourself some time. And it goes something like, "Hi, this is Jordan Freed with Keller Williams Realty, and at some point our paths have crossed, and I'm calling to see if you have any real estate related plans between now and the end of the year." That's it. So you ask them that question. If they say no, then I would follow it up with, "Well, when are you planning on making your next move?" Or you could say, "Well, who do you know from work or church that is planning to make a move here in the next 3 months?" I mean, you never know. You might get lucky and they refer you to somebody. With that script, though, what it allows us to do is call every single old lead, every single person that we don't know who they are, but we have a phone number and a name for inside of your database. So that's step one. Clean out your database, call everybody, internet leads, open house leads, anyone that you have a phone number for. Okay, step two is, if you haven't already, you're going to start hearing, "Hey, I want to list my home in the springtime," especially from expired listings for those of you who are calling them. And the thing about this is that when I would sell, I always said, well, there's 2 reasons that you should actually list your home through the wintertime. Number one, there are a lot less homes on the market because a lot of people take their houses off the market and wait for spring. So buyers have fewer homes to look at, and just through the law of supply and demand, anytime there is less of something, the price has to go up. And second, in Kansas at least, it's no fun to look at homes in the wintertime. So the buyers who are out looking are actually far more serious. So you've got a real recipe for success here, Mr. Seller, because you've got more serious buyers looking at fewer homes. And that line works, and it doesn't work on everyone. I mean, obviously you want to create your follow-up systems and make certain that the people who are going to list next year, that you're following up with them through the winter time, through January and February. Yet Maps put out a report this last week that gave the 11 reasons that you should list during the holidays, and I've included it in this email. So it's below. You can download that. I'd encourage you, if you don't have an October mailer for your database, your 33 Touch, to use that one and send that out to everybody, and really use those 11 reasons to dig out people who, even though they're thinking about moving or putting their house on the market in spring, maybe we could just create a sense of urgency to get them to do that right now. And one thing that's often overlooked in that conversation with people is agents don't ask, "What's important to you about waiting until spring? What are you hoping will happen?" And a lot of times, if you can uncover their motivation, for example, where are you moving next and what takes you there, how soon do you have to be there, if you can figure out what the pain is of what they're moving away from when they're moving out of this house, and you can kind of push on that pain button to get them to act now. So that's the second step, is to arm yourself for the people who are going or planning to wait until the spring market, using the 11 reasons to list during the holiday season. And then lastly, Diana talked about this on one of our last Maps calls, and she talked about how around the 31st of October, realtors turn into pumpkins. She calls them realtor-orellas. And what she encouraged us to do is, with each one of our clients, is actually to open up your calendar and look at how many work days do you have left this year. Because we've got holidays, we have vacations, we have all these things, and we want you to take that time off. Yet on the days that you're not off for vacation or holidays, we need you to be working, because we've gotten from today until November 15th to get things and put them under contract for them to still close in 2016. So the year is not over. And understanding how many work days you have left will allow you to really focus in on what the key activities that you could be doing now to finish the year strong. Now, as it relates to your 2017 goal, Tony DeCello said something the other week that I thought was brilliant. He said, whatever your 2016 goal is, break it down into 4 chunks because there's 4 quarters, right? So let's say that your 2016 goal is 100 units. So that would mean that your quarterly goal is 25 closed deals, right? So he said, if you really want to get ahead of your goal, when the clock strikes midnight between 2016 and 2017, you need to have 60% of your first quarter goal under contract. So if you think about that in the example of 100 units, that's 12 to 13 transactions that are already pending when the second quarter happens or the first quarter happens. So I wanted to give that to you because I think that that's a good way to start really preparing yourself. Don't become a realtor, Orella. I've done this so many times in my career, and we think, oh, I'll start in January. Well, when you start in January, you're technically into March because we all know that it takes 60 to 90 days to get things going. So I know you've been working hard this year. Let's finish strong. Use these 3 strategies that I've just covered with you, and let's make this the best finish to the year you've ever had. Thank you for listening to this. It's an honor being in business with all of you. Have a great day. Bye-bye.